So, what are we gonna do now that the coronal mass ejection, or whatever the fuck it's called, knocked the power out?
Yeah, fuck, I don't know. Maybe we could play some, well, fuck, yeah, no.
I mean, I guess we could go listen to, no.
Yeah, can't listen,
can't do that.
I did have a good idea for the show. We could, no, well.
Oh, can't record?
Yeah, can't.
Nope.
Huh. Well, Loki's coming out. You want to?
Nope, can't do that
right.
either.
Yeah, no.
We could take a road trip. Nope, no GPS.
Yeah, no GPS. And my car batteries, it's not even working.
Yeah, it's fucking gone.
Well, we could fill up the pool in the back. Well, no, I don't have water right now. I got an electric pump. Yeah, I don't. Huh.
Can't even flush the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I can't even flush the toilet. You should see it.
It smells like shit in here.
It's
Why did you keep shitting in there? You knew it wasn't going to go down.
It's where I shit.
You couldn't go outside?
The outside is full. Can you imagine?
Ugh. Hello, and welcome to the TNT Podcast, the show where we talk about anything, and I mean anything, except that thing you're thinking of. But I like your style. We'll also be doing whatever the hell else we feel like, because it's our show, and we do what we want. I'm Ty.
And I'm Tyler.
We did it again.
We did it again.
They know what we mean by this.
You know
point.
damn well. We did it. You know what we did.
You knew it was going to happen eventually.
You knew it was going to happen. If this is your first episode listening, you don't know what's going on.
No, you have no
But
idea.
everyone else does.
So ask somebody.
Ask somebody. Someone showed you this show. Someone recommended it. You're not just finding it now.
Maybe just go back and listen to some of the other episodes.
Yeah. Now you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But we did it. Yeah. We did the thing.
So
yeah, weird cut.
Enjoy
episode.
The rest.
It'll work itself out in payroll.
The entire episode's kind of a weird cut, so
yeah, have fun with that. Good luck. Bye. Jesus.
Yeah, they're droopy when they hang.
Right, yeah, when it's warmer out. Like when it's cold, they kind of like suck up. You know,
well, yeah,
like,
I mean,
they
that's
suck up in. So like it's kind of a warm day, so they're kind of like hanging.
Okay, but like even if you're just sitting here and like your pants are kind of bunched up, they're not just drooping.
Well, no. I mean, but they're like soggy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it's like a wet paper bag.
Yeah, but they're not drooping. They're not all like tight or everything.
If I were to stand up, they'd be drooping.
Yeah, but you're not standing up.
So they're just kind of puddled. I have a puddle right now. It's kind of.
I think maybe you need to change your pants then.
Well, not like a. It's more like a.
You're describing. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's not a wet puddle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dry puddle.
Don't you hate it when you like sit down on them?
Yeah. You ever do that? Like sit right on one?
Yeah. It's not.
I thought I was gonna die. I literally thought I was dying.
Mm-hmm. Or they get like just like all bunched up, and you just
can't get it right. You just can't.
Especially when it's in public.
Oh, I know, because you can't just reach in and adjust.
You have to like put your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, and act like you're looking for change or something.
Yeah, it's like,
but they know what you're doing. They know damn well what you're doing.
The worst, and the hardest thing was getting erections in school.
Oh, dude, yeah, especially like right before the bell would ring.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh God, what am I gonna do?
Or
now?
like they call you up to the chalkboard. I'm like, no, can't.
Yeah, you have to almost like
I hold my books in front of it.
Yeah, you have to either hold something in front of it or like tuck it up into your waistband.
Yeah, flip it up into your waistband. But one time I almost blew a load into my belly button.
In school?
Yeah, because I flipped it into my waistband. It felt amazing.
Oh, so you can just do it that fast?
Yeah.
I only last 2 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I flipped it up into my waistband for 30 seconds. I was ready to fucking go.
Just ask my wife.
Right.
High school.
Yep.
It really was any school. Any school level. That was bad.
I don't know. Did I get boners in elementary school?
Maybe not elementary, but
I feel like I was capable of getting boners.
I feel like middle school was the peak of it. Huh?
For real, because that was when I was really
like when your puberty is starting to
pitch in a tent.
Yeah.
At the peak, and I don't know. There's something there.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's when you really start going through puberty and shit. So that's when your erections are at their erectioniest. At their peak.
Oh, this is a great topic to start off on.
Yeah. And with no context whatsoever.
It's just because it's a little Shvitzy in here.
Is it Shvitzy? Is that a word?
I just saw it on a cartoon once. I don't know what it means.
Shvitzy?
Shvitzy.
Shvitzy.
Yeah, it's like some Jewish term, I think.
Does it mean like it's hot?
Like hot and humid, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like that.
Shvitzy.
Isn't... Okay, so we've talked about the English language on the podcast before and how words don't make sense. But one thing that the English language does great, I might have mentioned it before, but how words sound like kind of what they mean.
Yeah.
So like bang, that's onomatopoeia. Mm-hmm. But even words like icy, that almost sounds like it's like frigid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it could just be because we know what it means.
It could be too, but sometimes that helps with like context clues. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know what that word means, but it sounds like it means this.
Yeah, if it's a word you don't know what it means.
Because of how it's said.
Right.
You know, I always thought that was interesting.
A schwitz, Shvitz, is a sauna or a steam bath.
It is schwitzy in here.
See?
Nice. Okay. So my balls are sweaty. Knees weak. Balls are sweaty. There's sweat on my balls already. Balls are sweaty.
But yeah, you got the fan going in the other room trying to blow air-conditioned air in here, I guess, was your reasoning behind that. But
there's definitely a current now.
Is there? Because I just don't feel anything.
You don't have to feel it. I don't feel gravity, but it's still happening.
I don't feel cooler, though.
I'm sorry, Ty.
That's all I'm saying.
I made an effort.
I am not like chastising you or anything.
You're chastising me.
I'm just saying what you did didn't work. I am still warm.
I'm not chastising you. I'm just saying you fucking failed.
Just do better. That's all. I'm just encouraging you.
Ty, I didn't want to turn the fan up too high because I didn't want the mics to pick it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
I'm going to turn it on high, and so help me. Everybody's going to hear a in the background for the entire show. Is that what you fucking want?
I want that. Because I am stubborn and I want that, goddammit.
Because it's schwitzy in here. I'm never going to say hot or humid ever again.
Schwitzy.
It's so schwitzy in here.
I would rather have a low hum and feel cool than have no hum and
feel lame.
You asshole. But hey, speaking of noises.
Okay. Segues.
Yeah. My dad's been doing this job down in Bellefontaine, and the cicadas are like all over the place down there. Oh my God. And he took a video of one of them. Have you experienced any of them down where you are for where you work?
No.
Okay.
Like the cicadas are, there's not any really in Kenton where we live. There isn't hardly any. And even I thought by the lake, because I don't know, I think of bugs and like humidity and shit in the lake, but no, because I work in
this room where it's very humid.
Right. I work right by a lake in Ohio, and so I figured they might be bad there, but I really haven't seen or heard.
But so he took this video, and I guess it's like this all the time.
That one sounded like it was close, like you hear the wings fluttering.
Isn't that terrifying?
Fuck that. I do remember hearing them at night. Usually in the summer, it would just be that like ring, ring sound.
Well, that's more locusts.
Yeah, but to me, I don't really know the difference. But I know these cicadas, they come around only like every 7 years,
17 years.
Yeah.
Look at those things.
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
They're so, God.
Yeah, fuck that.
They're like over an inch long. I don't like bugs to start with, and these things are
creepy,
huge.
and they're loud.
And they're really, flew at him. they're really clumsy flyers from what I hear. Like they'll like just fly into windows
and fly into
and then
you.
they'll just fly in. One hit him right in the face on his first day down there, and like he felt something on the back of his neck and had to go like that, and like
it was
yeah.
Oh no!
I would just freak out. I couldn't handle.
I would just die. I would just stop living.
I would not go outside. I'd have to call into work every day of the summer.
I'm so glad we don't have them bad here.
Mm-hmm. I remember looking at around the counties, and ours was like the only county around that said there wouldn't be any.
Because Hardin County is so fucking boring, even the locusts won't come.
They're like, man, I don't want to go to that place.
Yeah, cicadas are like, fuck, there's nothing to do there.
Yeah. Go to the Walmart.
They have a Walmart. They have a bowling alley, I guess. I don't know. Go play disc golf or something. There's a couple courses.
Yeah. That is crazy, isn't it? For all the size of this county, we have 2 disc golf courses.
Yeah.
Soon to be 3, I think, because I think Dunkirk has been talking about making one.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. I've lost five discs in like 2 weeks.
That just means you're throwing them really far, right?
Sure.
The positives.
Yeah.
You can't lose a disc if you throw it like 20 feet.
Well, one of them went in the river and didn't go that far, so.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It sucks. I've been there. I've lost more discs than I can remember losing. So like I lost count at one point.
It happens mostly when I'm playing by myself, and I don't think I'm going to play by myself anymore.
That's really weird.
There's not that other person there to watch,
to
help watch where it's going and help you look. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the mosquitoes are really bad, and I just
oftentimes when we play together and we play on a hole where we think there's a chance where the throw could go poorly, like one of us will stand up a little ways to see where the disc goes if it hits a bad line. So there is definitely advantage there, but I feel like I know I've lost at least 1, maybe 2 while playing with you.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. You've helped me find several of mine.
Remember that one we were playing in Finley?
Yeah.
We looked for that thing for at least a half hour.
Yeah, and we were about ready to give up.
And I found it up in a tree.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I lost one today.
And then you have since lost that disc.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive sport if you're decent and don't lose discs.
Yeah. No, it's as far as like sports go, because like regular golf can be expensive.
Oh yeah. Every time you play, it's like $25 minimum.
Yeah, just to play the course.
At a cheaper course. It's like,
and then a set of good clubs is not cheap.
Yeah.
And then
granted, you don't have to like buy clubs that often.
No, but you have to buy a set.
Yeah.
And to get a decent set, it's definitely pricey. And I mean, golf balls aren't all that expensive, and you're going to lose golf balls. But
I once played around without losing a single ball, and I couldn't believe it.
I feel like I've gotten through around with the one ball too.
Yeah.
But yeah, a really high priced disc is like $20.
Right.
Like I've never spent more than 20 on a disc. And like the cheaper ones can be as low as usually like 7.
Yeah.
So I mean,
between 7 and 10.
And just to get a starter set to be able to play, you can pick up a starter set for less than $15. Like I feel like I did pay like around 15 to 20 for my starter set.
Yeah. So I think the one I got had like 5 in it. It was like 40.
Okay. Mine was just a 3-disc starter set. I think it was 20. So I mean, if you don't know much about disc golf, it's like regular golf. You have your drivers and putters, and then you have what they just call mid-range.
Fairway drivers.
And so usually a starter set will come with a fairway driver, a
mid-range and a putter, and
which is really all you need to play is one of each disc. So yeah. I have like 5 or so of each kind now.
Yeah. I think I'm only down to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm down to like 7 or 8 right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
In my bag, I have 21, and that's not counting my spare bag that has at least 8.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I had to stop using the backpack and start using that little bag that you gave me because I lost so many.
Yeah. I've been pretty good about not losing them lately. Knock on wood.
Dude, Taylor looks adorable.
I know. I love
in that calendar picture. That's probably my favorite one that I've seen so far.
I flipped it. I was like, oh, I love it. I like her pink hair.
My calendar is Billie, And
Billie.
I don't think I care for her style anymore.
Her new album stuff isn't as good as...
Yeah, the
her
music
old stuff.
isn't as good. I don't care for what she did with her hair.
Not as much, yeah.
Because, like, I guess I look at it as... Not her look, going back to, like, her music. It's like... Or no, the other way around. Because, like, the way she was before... I guess just her whole persona before... She was just kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
And now she just seems like she's just kind of one of the other, you know...
Sure.
Blonde, popular, famous singers. She seems like she's more going with...
Just what's the norm?
Yeah. Whereas before she was like, you know, different. You know, she made all that weird music and stuff.
Sure.
It was just...
I mean, we haven't got to hear the whole album yet, so...
Right.
I'm still looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to listen to it when it comes out.
I've listened to the first, twos? I've heard 2 of the new ones so far, and I don't care for either one.
Okay, so the ones that are out now are My Future, Lost Cause, Your Power, and Therefore I Am. Therefore I Am is really good.
Okay, that one came out before she did the whole transformation thing. Yeah, that one
I don't hate Lost Cause.
I didn't care for it.
It's better than the other ones. The other 2 are like really slow. But
Like, she whispered before, and I feel like she's gotten even quieter.
yeah, for real. It's like even slower and quieter.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We'll see.
she's doing her thing, and she said that she's really really proud of this album, so we'll see.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm keeping my expectations medium. But yeah, I agree. She's definitely changed her style up big time as far as looks and music.
And, you know, like you said, you know, to each their own. It's just not...
Yeah,
my
she's going to do
particular
what she
style.
wants to do, you
Yeah.
know, and more power to her.
She's definitely not as... what's the word I wanted to say? It's not that she was shy before, but like...
Like modest.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
But I like she's like coming into her own. Kinda.
Yeah.
She's like feeling herself.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Boy, we really don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't struggled this much for a while. You know what it is?
Like nothing's going on.
Yeah, it's because like Trump's not in office.
Yeah,
And
like
he's like not in the news.
Yeah, especially politically speaking, like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Not to say that I don't think the president's doing anything. I'm just saying like nothing controversial is happening.
Yeah.
He's just doing things like president things.
Right. It's like
He's trying to pass legislation
Yeah.
again.
we were complaining because, you know, back when Trump was still in office, because like of how bad things were, but at least we had stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And I think I said it on the show, but I said I was ready for politics to be boring again.
I don't know that I am.
And like I was, and I still am, but it's like
Not for the podcast.
not for the podcast, because I did a lot of bitching on the podcast,
Yeah.
and now I got nothing to bitch about.
Right. It's like the Daily Show. Back when W was in office, the Daily Show was hilarious to watch because Jon Stewart just, you know, W
Would
just
riff on
made
him, yeah.
so many stupid things that like he made tons of
He
jokes
was
about
so like funny.
him. Yeah.
He was so easy to like
He made up,
lampoon. You know?
he made up words and he was just goofy.
all his Bushisms.
Yeah. Strategery.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some skit that somebody did. It was like, Mr. President, what are you going to do about Katrina? We're going to find her. So pretty sure Katrina has something to do with Al Qaeda.
It was just so goofy. And it's like, yeah, and then Trump came along and we had a field day bitching it, like you said, bitching about it.
Yeah.
And now he's nowhere to be seen or heard, which is a good thing.
Which is just so great.
Yeah. But it's also like, what do we talk about now?
Did you? I think you probably did hear his blog. He had to shut down his blog because of low traffic.
Yeah.
And he was like, no one's reading my
I didn't even
blog."
know he started a blog.
Neither did anybody else because it got shut down because no one was fucking reading it.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine? And like, I think someone on the other podcast we listened to mentioned it, and they made a good point. It's like, well, his base, they're not really readers.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like set out and read something.
Right.
They want to just see it on like their Facebook page.
Most of the world really has become that way.
Sure.
At least online, if it's more than a few clicks away, most people just don't.
Yeah, they
don't want
to
to go to it.
It's all about instant gratification.
Yeah.
That's why, and it kind of sucks because people just base their knowledge of events and things based off headlines and headlines alone. They'll see some kind of article scroll across their news feed and they read the headline and they're like, oh, wow, that happened, instead of clicking on the article and getting the whole story. And I'm sure I'm even a little guilty of that, but if it's something and I'm like, really, that don't sound right to me,
right,
I'll click it and read the whole article. I'm like, okay, that kind of clarified it a little bit.
Yeah.
I try to kind of police myself in that way as to not make an opinion based off the headline alone. But it's so easy to, because we're in the modern world where everything's like literally at your fingertips.
Right.
It's like we're so used to that instant gratification that we don't want to take even one step further to get more information.
And companies know that, and that's why they write deceptive headlines.
Sure.
They either write something that is going to get you in, clickbait. I mean, that's what that is. Or they're going to write some headline that is not even like the full story, but it's going to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah, it's funny because two different news sources will print the same exact story but word it completely differently.
The headline.
Yeah. So like, say for instance, let's go with CNN and Fox, because those, like, it's a far left and a far right news source, right? So CNN would post a story like Trump did something, right? And so CNN would put it in a negative light, like and I can't think of something off the top of my head, but the headline would probably paint Trump in a negative light, whereas Fox would post the exact same story and paint him in a positive light.
Yeah.
In the headline. Now, if you read the bulk of the article, it's probably going to tell you the exact same shit that happened.
Right.
But the headline will spin it in a different direction.
It depends on if it was like a national story or if it was written by that.
Like if it was like an op-ed or something.
Yeah, if it was written by CNN, the whole story would probably still be slanted. But yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like, if it's just like,
if it's like a syndicated story that's like,
just something
the same
that
exact
happened.
Story like that somebody wrote.
Sure.
And it's on both things, but they'll have different slanted headlines.
Sure.
Yeah. Getting all your news from social media, it's not. I mean, that's pretty much how our generation does it.
Exactly. And in a way, it's good because people are seeing news more often, but at the same time, it's bad. And I've talked about this over and over again, how the internet's such this double-edged sword. It's both the greatest and the worst thing to ever happen simultaneously. So, yeah, I mean, before social media, I didn't really get news. I didn't sit and watch the fucking news. Yeah. And so if it weren't for social media, I don't think I'd sit and watch the news. I wouldn't know what was going on in the world because I didn't care to pay attention. It's just convenient for me now.
Yeah, because we have it at our fingertips. But I mean, there are certain apps that are nice, like because we have iPhones and Apple has the Apple News app, which where you can choose your news sources and it's all kind of there. I mean, that still kind of caters to the same thing because you pick, but there's a lot of ones that aren't slanted, and that aren't political, and there's science articles and this and that.
And I don't think I even customized my Apple News, but whenever there's like a big breaking story, I'll get a notification through my news app. Yeah. And I haven't customized it at all. So I don't know when it chooses, because it's not like I'm getting alerts every 30 minutes. Yeah. When something happens.
Maybe it's just like
it's like every couple days I might get something. It's like when something newsworthy happens, something big, It's not just like, oh, the president's dog had puppies. Like, it's like something big, like, hey, like, I don't know. One of my more recent ones said like something that Biden was trying to do. It's just like whenever there's something major,
Right.
I'm trying to see the most recent one, but it's been so long since, like, oh wait, here we go. What the fuck? Why did I get that? Can a Silicon Valley bad boy help regular people get rich? Plus, inside Chrissy Teigen's fall from grace. Never mind. Yeah, only the real hard-hitting, important journalism do I get. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Silicon Valley.
Did I say silicone?
Yes. That's like
breast implants.
Yeah.
That's why Chrissy Teigen fell from grace.
That's why I was wondering.
Makes sense.
Was that just a play on words? What they do, and that's why I checked to see.
Well, I guess I lied because that does not matter at all. But
yeah,
still, I had to scroll back pretty far to even see that. So I don't know.
Right. I love science stuff.
Yeah.
Watch stuff like that all the time. Did you know that
because it can't be biased? Science is true whether you believe in it or not.
Exactly. Did you know that what they said within our lifetime we're due for another like major solar not solar flare. What's the other the one that hurls stuff towards us?
I thought that was
coronal mass ejection.
Okay.
Yeah, they say we're due for one of those in our lifetime, and like the last one like caused blackouts like all over, and if it's as bad as that one, it'll like cause satellites to go out. Like everything in our world is electronic. Even like our water pumps that like send out water to people, that's all controlled by like computer systems and that. And if that would all happen to go down, like when one of those hits, because it's just a giant wave of electromagnetism that throws all of our systems out of whack. And they say it happens like every 150 years or so, they think. Or I think it's even less frequent than that, or more frequent than that.
So do you remember when this happened last? Do you remember if it said?
There was one that happened when it affected, like there was a blackout in some Canadian city.
Because say it's even as frequent as every 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the effect in 1970 wouldn't be as bad as it is today, because our technology has advanced to a point where, like you said, almost everything we have is running on electricity.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of things did back then too, but it seems like we're moving even further towards...
Yeah, we're becoming more and more dependent.
Or really relying on it now, yeah.
Yeah, the Quebec blackout was in 1989.
Okay.
And I think they say it's like at first they thought it was every 150 years, and now they think it's less than that. It's like every 60 or something along those lines.
So
but,
if you said like that last one really kind of only affected Quebec, or...
I know that was like one of the main places that...
Okay, because when you said it, I was imagining like almost an entire section of the Earth like having this kind of problem.
Yeah.
Like if the flare or whatever it's called wants to like aim towards North America, would all of North America have this issue?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not a scientist. I don't understand a lot of it, but
maybe it'll aim towards like
the Quebec blackout was by no means a local event. Some of the U.S. electrical utilities had their own cliffhanger problems. New York lost power. Yeah, I don't know how localized it would be, because I mean it's just one blast, but I think there's like when it happens there's more than it comes in like waves.
Sure.
And the Earth's rotating, so.
And when you think of the size of the sun compared to the size of the Earth, a small burst of energy of any kind from the sun could be like the size of the fucking Earth.
Yeah, it's gonna envelop the whole thing. They said the last like one of the biggest recorded ones was like back in the time of like telegrams and telegraphs and that.
Mm-hmm.
And back before we were super dependent on electricity.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was people who like didn't have any hookup to electrical power, and they said that you could see the aurora borealis, the northern lights, like as far down as like Cuba.
Damn.
Yeah, it was because it was that active in the atmosphere.
Crazy.
And they said like telegraph machines like sparked and like exploded. One guy even got killed, I think, because it like set fire, like all the sparks set fires to buildings and stuff. And they said the sky was like so red at night that some people thought it was daytime, so some of these coal miners would like went in to work because they thought it was morning, but it was just because the sky was so lit up from that,
the radiation or whatever you want to call it. if we get to see the northern lights out of it, I mean, that's kind of a plus, right?
There's been times recently where, like, in the last few years where it was supposed to be this far down, but, like, I don't remember
I've never
it ever
seen
being clear enough to see it.
Yeah, I know I've never seen it.
It would really be neat.
But yeah, you mentioned the satellites, and I didn't think of that when I was talking about like how it happened before. And we definitely have more satellites now.
Like we're really reliant on satellites.
Like I've heard that like space is just cluttered with our fucking satellites.
With junk, yeah.
So yeah, that could be a really big deal.
I mean, it would throw off our GPS and
yeah.
I mean, which wouldn't be a huge thing, but there's a lot of stuff that does depend on that. And like our TV, our streaming, internet.
Like you said, everything, even water.
Yeah.
Like
people would be without water.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to flush your toilet. You wouldn't be able to have any running water.
Yeah, that's scary shit.
I mean, your fridge wouldn't be able to keep anything cool because it wouldn't have any power.
Right.
Like literally everything.
A lot of people's heat can run off electricity, so if it's in
if
the
it happens in the winter,
if it happens in the winter,
it'd be
you
like,
have no heat.
Yeah, it'd be like the whole Texas thing recently.
Exactly. I mean, we're more equipped to deal with extreme cold than Texans are, but still.
But I mean, our houses, without power, eventually, if it happens, that's a big thing.
Yeah, and how long is it going to take to fix?
Yeah, if it's like a major thing and blows out these transformers, big transformers take a long time to repair. It takes power companies like 6 hours just to fix like one down power line. Imagine if a major solar flare comes and knocks out power for like the entire eastern seaboard. Yeah.
So like, have you ever heard a transformer like explode?
The movie? Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Transformers?
No. What were you saying?
Have you heard a transformer like on a power line like go off and like explode?
I don't think I've seen it first.
I have. No. I've been sitting there and I hear boom. It sounds like a fucking bomb goes off. Damn. And then suddenly my power went out.
Wow.
And I've actually heard that on several different occasions. And usually they get that transformer fixed in a matter of an hour or two.
Huh.
But that's an hour or two to fix one.
Yeah.
Imagine they all blew.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, because if it was in one area, I mean, they would all of them in that area would go.
Because we have several different plants in Kenton. We have the main one that's right kind of in the middle of town. And then we have several smaller ones on the edges of town to help.
Yeah, there's one by the library, I know.
Yeah, so if we have our actual power plants get fried,
that's going to take days,
weeks,
months.
Yeah, it could
possibly.
Who knows how? I'm not an electrician. I don't work with that shit. I don't know how complicated it can be, but I know it's not going to be a quick fix.
So it's going to be like a huge emergency situation, and people are going to be scrambling.
And it's going to be like, so I don't know, because they might have to just start from scratch.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long it takes to build a fucking power plant.
It's probably a while, you would think.
Yeah. And say, like, it ruins, like, if it's enough, like, I don't know what you call it. It's not radiation, is it? It's like whatever kind of...
electromagnetism.
Yeah, if that actually, like, fries the wires themselves and they have to fucking rewire everything.
Yeah, that I don't know if it does or not. I don't know if maybe the wires are insulated.
I'm talking, like, worst case scenario, though. If, like, imagine all the wires that you see on the telephone poles, they're not good anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a lot. Now, the only positive thing that they were saying,
Northern Lights.
Well, that would be another positive. By the way, I'm referencing this YouTube channel. It's called Geographics, where this guy like talks about different places, things, events, and all sorts of stuff. But sometimes it's scientific, sometimes it's not. But yeah, that's what this was about. One of the positives they say is that we're getting better at being able to predict when the sun is getting very active, and like there's more of a chance, and like I guess we're even able to predict like those coronal mass ejections, and if like we had a few days notice that it was getting ready to happen, they said we could probably shut a lot of our systems down, like the water control things, shut it down for a bit if we knew right when it was going to happen, and then that would keep it from getting fried.
I suppose that makes sense. Like if there's a power surge and my PlayStation isn't plugged in, then it's not going to be affected.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense.
I don't know if that also works for satellites, if they can shut the satellites down.
Maybe.
But you just wonder if that would still just fry the microchips and
exactly. Like sure, you can shut them off, but will the energy or whatever that's passing through still affect the electronic parts of it?
Because they are getting directly exposed without any protection.
No atmosphere.
Yeah.
They're out in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they said, like, it affects astronauts if there's any astronauts out in space. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, it'd probably kill them.
Yeah, probably. All that radiation.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of thought when you said they could predict it, it's almost like, well, predicting when a volcano is going to go off doesn't stop the volcano from going
right.
off. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you can get people away from it so they don't die, but anything in that vicinity is still fucked.
Yeah, or like tsunami warnings and all that.
It's like, sure, yeah. And in natural disaster cases, I guess it's a little different because you're mostly trying to prevent the loss of human life.
Right.
So you can get the people out of there, but the damage is still going to be done.
Right.
And in the case of the sun hurling something at us, like, there's not really anything we can do about that.
I mean, it's not like a direct threat to our health from what it's actually, the sun is actually doing. It's the things that it's doing to everything else that's going to affect us.
Because of how reliant we are on electricity.
Yeah.
If this was 1,000 years ago, this wouldn't even be a problem.
Yeah, they'd just be like, oh, the sky looks pretty.
Yeah, the sky looks weird today, huh?
Yeah.
Weird. Got a bit of a sunburn.
Probably think it was like the gods doing something to
it was always so funny. Like, every, like, weird astronomical event in history, it was something with the gods.
Yeah, like they thought the eclipse was like a dragon eating the sun or something like that.
Because, obviously.
Well, right.
What else could it possibly be?
But like on a lighter note, like imagine how boring everything would be. Because like all of our lives, like I don't read that often. I mean, I do have like comic books and stuff I could read, I guess. But like, I like to watch and play things.
Yeah. I am 90% of my time using some form of electricity.
Yeah. Phone, games, TV.
Even when I'm out like doing something, I have my phone and my watch on me.
Yeah.
So like...
I mean, cars require power to start.
What if it fries everybody's car battery?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know if that would affect a battery. I don't know if that would affect a battery that's not started.
Oh no, it did in War of the Worlds.
But like cars have microchips and stuff in them that do certain things. Like they.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Without diving too much into it, the company I work for had a pretty big issue with our microchips in our cars. So yeah.
Right. PlayStation had a big issue with theirs. That's why they were so scarce for a little while. The PS5.
Really?
Well, that's why. I mean, they're still scarce, but
they're scarce because of fucking scalpers.
But like. At the very beginning, I remember before they even got released, they said they had an issue with some of the microchips that got put in them, and they were
putting them all in the vaccines.
Yeah, right. The company that was making them, I guess, had a big issue, and like they just lost a bunch of their stock and had to, they got like half of what they were expecting or something like that.
Speaking of the microchips in the vaccine, have you seen the videos of people like putting magnets on their arm and saying it sticks?
No.
People are doing that. They're like putting a magnet on their arm where they got the shot and it's sticking.
I hope that's people trolling.
Some are, some aren't. So like there was this one guy, and credit where credit's due, he actually like people would comment and tell him whatever, and he would retry it, right? So he took a tiny little like round magnet.
I didn't do that one. I was just trying to be quiet, but I didn't.
And he stuck it to his arm where he got the shot, and it stuck. And he was like, "Holy shit!" And he was like freaking out, and he's like, "It's legit." And people are like, "No, like your arm's probably just sticky. Like it's humid out. Like it probably just stuck to your skin." And so like he was like, "No, look, my arm's not sticky." Like he rolled up his sleeve again, kind of wiped it with just his hand, and then did it again, and it still stuck. And people are like, all right, if it's really magnetic, then use baby powder to really dry it out. Put the baby powder on your arm, and if it still sticks, then maybe. And he's like, okay. So he did it. He smothered his arm in baby powder, took the magnet, and he's like trying to find the spot, and he can't do it. And he's like, okay, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
It's like,
So,
dude, you're screwing up the microchip.
Yeah.
Quit holding the magnet over it.
like, in credit where credit's due, he thought that there was something there, and he actually listened and was like, okay, I will test this. And he changed his mind. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't do that.
That's something that just never happens anymore.
Yeah, people don't change their mind when presented with new evidence.
Yeah, you'll be surprised the reactions you get when like you're in a Facebook argument or something, and somebody actually says something that makes you think, and you actually put, oh yeah, you're right, I didn't think of that. I rescind my comment. I did that once, but I don't remember what it was about.
Sure.
And they were like, wow, I cannot believe you.
Wow, that's literally never happened before.
Yeah, they're like, dude, you're my favorite person on the internet. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, like
Because people just expect you to argue back and forth.
Yeah, people act like that is a virtue.
Yeah.
To stand your ground no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite.
Yeah, if anything, it just makes you look more stupid and stubborn.
I have opinions and ideals that I'm very firm on.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody were to bring solid evidence against that, I would be like, okay, wow, I didn't see that before.
Right.
Or this changes everything. If it was something that was new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was talked about on one of the shows we watched, listened to, that it's like people who don't pay attention to scientific things or don't have like a scientific mind necessarily, when science comes up with a new discovery and says, oh, we were wrong about this is how it is now, people will point to that and say, see, you didn't even know what you were talking about. But the scientists are like, no, it's great.
That's a good thing.
We've been proven wrong. We found out, we're making steps towards finding out the real.
Yeah, like we learned something. This is good.
Yeah.
Like, example, when Johnson & Johnson pulled their vaccine. Mm-hmm. So many people are like, oh, I told you not to take that damn Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah,
they don't
they
don't know what they're doing. It's like, no, that's good.
Yeah.
That means they're taking the precautionary steps to make sure that it's safe. They pulled it for your safety.
It's like if they were really trying to get you, wouldn't you think they would have just left it?
Yeah, they would just be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all are buying my vaccine. I don't fucking care. Like, yes, they pulled it and did research. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And what cracks me up is, yes, like some people got blood clots is what it was about. Mm-hmm. Like 6 people out of over 1 million.
Yeah, it was like all women, wasn't it? Or
I think so.
Mostly women.
It was mostly women, and it was well over 1 million doses had been given, and it was 6 people.
Yeah.
That's like 0.00 something percent.
Yeah, way better chances of getting struck by lightning or winning the lottery or
exactly.
anything.
And so it's low odds, but they still it was only 6 people, and they're still like, okay, let's check this out. But the anti-vaxxers will look at that and be like, oh no, 6 people got blood clots. 600 fucking thousand people are dead of COVID. And they're like, oh, it's 99% survivable though.
It's like most of the medications they probably take have worse odds than that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like so many other medications have way worse odds of dying.
Yeah, like a lot of painkillers have a pretty good odds of giving you stomach ulcers, but they're still taking them.
Right.
Like Excedrin, especially, like, and I used to pop Excedrin like candy before I got on better migraine medicine. Mm-hmm. And those can, like, they had to pull them from shelves a while because people were getting such bad stomach ulcers. And like, but that's something that people don't care about. They're like, well, I got a headache, so I'm going to pop this pill anyway.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a literally a world-saving vaccine, they're like, oh, I don't know about all that.
Right. That's ridiculous.
It's like so frustrating.
And like all those commercials for medicines, where they're listing
and
off.
the side effect is it's like a fucking laundry list.
Yeah, it may include like severe diarrhea or even death or whatever. And people are like, oh, what? Still, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to ask my doctor about.
Yeah.
But hey, this shot will cure COVID and almost certainly not give you any bad side effects.
Blood clots.
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
We're like
you don't know what they're putting in that.
We're like one of the only countries that actually advertises for our medications.
Yeah.
But that's because people have to, pay for their healthcare. Yeah,
because it's one of the only countries where we have to pay out the ass for,
any medical
being alive.
Service. Yeah.
We have to pay a cost to live.
Yeah.
We have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness if you can afford it.
Right. Oh, God, it's so fucked. It's just such a fucked system.
It really is.
Health insurance and all that.
insurance itself is kind
Yeah.
of fucked, because any kind of insurance, especially in this country, so I'll pay out the ass for like my car insurance, right?
Yeah.
And then I get in a wreck, and then I have to pay my deductible as a penalty for paying on time every month.
Yeah. Yeah, you get in a wreck and it just goes up. Like
Yeah,
your rate gets more
now I have to pay
expensive.
more because I used what I was paying for.
Yeah. It's like, okay,
Imagine
so
every time
what
you bought a pizza, you had to pay more for it next time you bought a pizza.
It's like, what am I even paying for then? I'm paying to have this thing, and then when I have to use it, I have to pay more?
Uh-huh. And then I have to pay my deductible, so my insurance didn't even cover the cost that I was paying. It covered half of it. Thanks, but no thanks.
It's like our games. Like, imagine, you pay for your PlayStation, but every time you want to play a game, you have to pay for it.
Isn't that how it works?
No, every time you want to turn on the game and play it again.
Oh, every time you turn it on.
Yeah, and play another game.
Yeah.
You pay for it
so
every single time you use it.
So I buy the new Madden for $60. I play it. I turn off my PlayStation. Next time I turn on my PlayStation,
It's another $60.
I have to pay $60 to play it.
Because you're using something
Because I'm
that
using
you
it again.
paid for.
Yeah. And that's insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shitty. Like it makes more sense because obviously insurance companies need the money to be able to fix my car.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense to me if it was a tax.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it cracks me up because people make the argument against healthcare, against universal any kind of anything. They're like, well, I don't want my money going towards somebody else's shit. I want to pay for my own. It's like, you have insurance, right?
Yeah.
The money that you're paying into the kitty is fixing up someone else's car that just wrecked.
Yeah.
But you don't have a problem with that. You just have a problem with, it actually being a good system instead of a bad one.
Oh, it's so people they don't actually think about it. It's ridiculous. Or if they do think about it, they just ignore it.
Exactly. They just, I don't know. It's just.
And like the whole pre-existing conditions thing with health insurance.
It's like, that's why I need it.
It's like, oh, I have a condition where I'm going to use, go to the hospital a lot. I need insurance. Oh no, you can't have that.
Yeah,
we're going to actually have to. We're going to have to pay for it more.
Yeah,
so
you're actually going to use this insurance. We want people to pay for it that never go to the doctor.
Yeah, so we just make more money.
Yep. Yeah, that's disgusting. Oh, you have a condition where you're going to have to go to the doctor? You don't qualify for insurance.
Yeah. Thank God that got taken out, with Obamacare.
Yeah, no shit. But Obamacare was the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
Okay.
According to 90% of the people I've ever spoken to in my life, because I live I live in rural Ohio.
Redneck city.
For real. Ugh.
Yeah.
Speaking of redneck, I got burnt today. You know why I got burnt today,
You have
Ty?
a literal redneck.
Because I went outside.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't get away with it. If I go outside, I am going to get sunburnt.
Yeah.
It was funny.
You're a ginger.
One time my boss at work was like, wow, you got some sun today. And I was like, no, I walked through the parking lot. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I was like, I parked in the parking lot and walked to the building. So yeah, I did get a little bit of sun.
That's what happens. That's what happens. It's funny. It's like your hair's red. You think, it's like maybe your skin just wants to match.
Yeah, but for real. It's like, well, might as well make it all red. But my skin is ghostly white, so it just, it's bad. It's real bad.
My skin has like a tint to it because of my arm hair.
Sure, yeah. My arms are usually not bad.
I have dark arm hair.
It's because of how little, like, especially like my shoulders and shit, because I used to swim a lot when I was younger and it wouldn't be as bad, but now that I'm older, I swim maybe a couple times a year. And so when I go out, my shoulders haven't seen the sun, and so they just bake.
But you know what the best part of that is?
Peeling the skin.
Oh, I love it.
We talked about that on one of our lightning rounds, I think, was peeling sunburned skin.
Oh, it's so
it's like when you get that big piece that just keeps going.
Yeah.
You think it's going to rip, but it doesn't. It just keeps going.
That's the best thing about getting them
Tyler
up here.
jerky.
Up like around the places where there's not as much hair, because like for me,
when you have to, if you peel it through your arm hair, it
just doesn't work as well.
It comes off in pieces.
Yeah, because it's like peeling around all the hair.
But yeah, on my upper shoulders and like back, I don't have a lot of hair, so like I can just peel out these huge chunks.
Right,
It's just the best.
Great.
Dude,
It's like ASMR.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get sunburnt now just to be able to do
When you
that.
start peeling, invite me over.
I want to see the flakes.
Oh. Snakes shed, their whole skin.
I feel like a snake when I'm shedding.
Mm-hmm. You're probably like, snakes, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you just said snakes. Yeah, snakes.
Are we just saying animals
did
now?
you see my slow turn towards you?
Yeah, that's why I had to explain.
The fuck you talking about? Yeah, alpacas, am I right? Anyway, moving right along.
They're not the ones that spit, are they? That's llamas.
I think llama, and they might both spit. I know llamas do.
Yeah. The Emperor's New Groove.
So good.
He was a llama.
Dude,
It was so good.
that's in my top 5
Yeah.
of movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
So funny.
There's literally no flaws.
It's got some of the best humor of any cartoon I've ever seen.
It's so good. And it's almost like it's a parody of itself.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah, like they break the fourth wall sometimes.
Yeah.
Kronk is the best.
I love, I think it's towards the end because, Cusco and Pacha were on their way back to the temple or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they are racing Yzma and Kronk,
Mm-hmm.
and at one point Yzma and Kronk fall down a hole,
Mm-hmm.
and so they have a huge lead.
Yeah.
And they get there, and Yzma and Kronk are already there, and they're like, "How'd you beat us?" And she's like, "Ah," and she's like, "Wait, how did we?" And he pulls up a map. He's like, "I don't know. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense."
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're running along and the trail is behind them.
the dotted
you see
line
on the map.
Yeah, on the map it showed a dotted line where they were going.
Yeah,
and it's actually
on the road.
They look back and they see it and they're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They just shrug it off. Yeah, it's it's a parody of itself, and it's so good. I love that humor.
Kronk can speak squirrel.
Yeah, squeakity,
Squeakities,
squeaking. And it's the voice of Joe from
Yeah,
Family Guy.
Right.
Patrick Warburton.
Yes.
Great dude.
Fantastic voice.
Dude, he's got that deep voice.
Yeah. Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter. But yeah.
We managed to piece that together.
Yeah, we got through it. We had some bumps in the road.
I am going to have a hell of a time editing this.
You're going to have a hell of a time editing this. But on another thing, I did want to mention you'll have more time to edit this. Sort of, not really.
No, not at all.
Not this one. But we did want to mention, or at least I wanted to mention,
I was thinking about that, yeah.
We're going to be doing our show every 2 weeks.
Bi-weekly is the word for that.
I always got confused. So, bi-weekly, I know it means every
2
other
weeks.
week, every 2 weeks. But sometimes I say bi-weekly, and I'm like, does that mean twice a week? How would you say twice a week?
Well, bi-monthly means twice a month. Or does it mean every 2 months?
Yeah, I don't know. If I wanted to say I do something twice a week, how would I say that other than saying twice a week? Would bi-weekly mean that?
Oh my god.
That's confusing, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure bi-weekly means every other week, though.
I'm
90% sure on that.
I think
I'm going to Google the word bi-weekly.
we're going to be doing episodes every fortnight.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good word.
Not the stupid fucking game.
Not the stupid fucking game. You know what I hate about Fortnite? Ty, you know what really grinds my gears?
Stupid.
It is stupid. First of all, Battle Royale games aren't kind of my cup of tea anyway, even though I have been kind of enjoying Apex Legends lately. But anyway, on Apex, I can just shoot somebody and they die. On Fortnite, I shoot somebody and they turn into a 10-story building. I fucking hate it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
People turn into buildings when you kill them?
Yeah, they fucking turn to... Well, not literally in a literal sense, but okay, so in Fortnite, you can build. And some people are so fucking fast at building, as soon as they start getting shot, they just build this fucking building around. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, I'll go fuck myself then.
Right, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Stupid. That's why I stopped playing Fortnite. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to be doing bi-weekly. Okay, bi-weekly.
Fortnite.
Done, produced, or occurring every 2 weeks or twice a week. It can be both.
That doesn't make sense.
So if I say I do something bi-weekly, you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so you're either going to be back later this week or I will see you in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you have no idea. Without clarification, it means both. So when we say bi-weekly, we mean every 2 weeks because the English is stupid.
Yes.
And it's my fault. And I'm going to explain as little as I can. I don't really want to get into it.
It's
but
always your fault. That's just expected.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to bring some comic relief.
Okay. Well, all you did was make me feel bad. So, yeah.
So it worked.
Because, well, that was my goal. But no, I don't want to get super into it. But we've kind of talked on the show before about how my schedule's like super busy and whatnot. And so just kind of for the sake of my mental health, we're going to kind of cut back a little bit on the show. So we'll be posting every 2 weeks, at least for a while.
Way to bring the whole mood down of the whole episode.
I'm sorry. Sometimes we have to get real on the TNT podcast. Not often do we get real.
I'm going to be having a similar schedule soon.
Yeah. Ty got a new job. That's exciting.
Yeah. I start on the 28th. And it's going to be first shift for a couple weeks and then second shift.
Yeah. They're going to train you on first probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Do you know what your second shift hours will be?
3:30 to midnight.
Okay. Mine's 4:30 to 1, so I mean similar.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have quite the drive that I do. I have to drive 40 minutes to and from work.
I've got to drive like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's on the edge of town.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's exciting.
And but yeah, I'm trying to plan something to do on the in-between weeks. I've considered doing some other special episode or something,
Sure.
or possibly streaming game stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
So,
I'll play with it.
yeah, for a while.
I do like to play with it.
Just do that for the show.
You just hear it.
That's the sound it makes. I don't know why it makes that sound, but it does.
I mean, it eventually
At
makes
the
that
end,
sound.
yeah.
We've come full circle here.
We did. What the fuck?
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk? Anyway, yeah, Ty's been kicking around ideas, so eventually there may be something on the off weeks, but I would say in the near future, just expect to see just an episode posted every 2 weeks.
Numbers are still going up.
Right.
We're
so I don't
over-
want this to discourage you, because if
Yeah.
anything, we might have more to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we have over 1,100 downloads,
fucking A.
and that was only as of the 50th. I
Our-
think.
Our 50.
51.
Okay, yeah. This will be our 52nd here.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
Keep those listens coming.
at any rate, we are on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We haven't done our YouTube in a while. We need to get back on that.
Yeah, I've been less active on the social media too.
Right. But please interact on there. Like us, follow us, leave a comment.
Rate us on the thing that you're listening to if they have
Absolutely.
the capability to do that, and tell people about it.
Sure.
Tell your friends
Tell
and
your friends.
and your family.
Leave it. Also, we're always open to suggestions. Sometimes we kind of struggle through an episode without really knowing what we're talking about. So
Tonight.
if there, gesundheit. But if you have any topic that you'd like to hear us talk about, please by all means let us know.
Let us know.
But yeah, so I suppose that's all we have to say on that.
I suppose we'll see you next time, since we're throwing supposes in there. So this is me talking with the fan on closer, but oh boy, does it feel so much better in here.
Already?
Yeah.
Nice.